What's up, y'all? What's up? What's up? Welcome back to Let's Talk with Angelica within God's timing. So, y'all, let's briefly talk about behind the lights. Behind the lights is my topic this afternoon. So, tell me, and this is a rhetorical question, I'm just thinking out loud. Can you see beyond what you see in front of you? Because a lot of times when we see a person or meet somebody, somebody that you want to talk to or date or you're attracted to or whatever it is, you hear music, the lights are shining. This can even go for your platforms that you have, different people that y'all follow, that you listen to. Can you see beyond the lights? Okay, so that's even everything we're doing is for growth beyond the facade, beyond the makeup, beyond the jewelry, the cars, the filters, um, the talk game, the manipulation, what you want and what you see. Because what you see is not always what you get. We all know that. Can you see beyond that? And that's also recognizing the spirit behind the person. Because a lot of times when people are trying to make a personable impression, a lot of times they're not going to bring all the time their real selves anyways. They're hiding behind a lot of times, whether it be cars, jewelry, muscles, bodies, so many different things. And beyond the lights is sometimes lies, deception. Okay. A lot of people be putting on. Okay. Be putting on, knowing the difference in the type of people that you meet, different circumstances, because even that could be for business, for anything. Car salesman, okay, they run game. Can you see beyond them trying to make a sale to know that, okay, this is what it is or that's what it is, whatever. Okay, looking beyond what you can see. And as believers, that's recognizing the spirit behind a person, because it's so easy for any of us to get deceived, to be deceived, right? So as I said, beyond the facade and all those different things, because at some point their true colors are going to come out, right? At some point the truth will be revealed as far as what their motive is, um, the type of person they are, the type of characters they show, characteristics they show. At some point is going to come out, right? So these are little key nugget things that we need to take in consideration with anybody. Okay, when you meet people, looking beyond what you see on the outer appearance, but actually listening to the person talk. Because a lot of times, sometimes you can read in between the lines when somebody's talking or if they're trying too hard, right? But then if still not over analyzing everything people say. Prime example, remember on the Wizard of Oz when it was like the monster or whatever it was, the guy that was doing all the damage and stuff was behind the screen or behind the scenes or whatever. When he came out, it was a little old man, a little person, right? So he making all this noise, doing all these different things, and everybody was scared. They were afraid. But then when they actually saw him, it wasn't even what they thought it was. What he portrayed himself in another way. So my point of me saying that is, um, that you don't always get what you think you're getting. Okay. So when you think a lot of this generation that follows so many of the people in the limelight, okay, what you see is not always what you get. Okay. Some people that I've heard that even met some individuals, they're very nasty, they're rude, you know, and you may get some that are nice. That's just even people that you meet in your everyday life. What you see is not always what you get. It could be in a relationship. You thought that was a dime plus 50 and all these other things, but in the inside, she was selfish. She was a gold digger, anything. Same thing with men. You have to look beyond the muscles, the car, the mask, and all everything else, and that comes with time. In time, all things will show. Okay, truth will be revealed in its time. Um, and a lot of times behind the scene, what you end up seeing is people that even are starting to share it more, that they have low self-esteem. When you see even beyond the like I said, the tattoos and all the jewelry and the face piercings, people got issues. They got hurt. They perform. People still have to remember that things that you watch on TV, it's entertainment. It's entertainment. So a lot of them are just mere puppets. You might as well say A lot of them, many of them are mere puppets. They're doing their job, entertaining the people, drawing the people in, for money, for clout, for business, or whatever it is. They're doing exactly what they're getting paid to do. And then you do have some authentic people, but you have to know the difference. So like I said, behind that, you end up seeing people that have low self-esteem. They're broken, damaged, open wounds. You see a lot of counterfeits. Okay, you think you got one thing and you got something else, and these things are allowing you to be able to see the real from the fake. And as I said, things take time, because when you actually see people uncovered, when you see them naked as far as who they really are, it may not even be one. It may not even be what you want to be around. Okay, so then you have a whole generation that is idolizing people who basically are putting on, entertaining. Okay, they're entertaining because once you remove a lot of the things that they have, like I said, the fake butts, the jewelry, the clothes, gold teeth, all these different things. And once they get stripped of a lot of those things, and you actually get to really see who they are, probably like on an everyday before they're not, in the limelight and stuff, it's not even what you thought. Some people you might not even recognize them, if they were to take everything off. That's why I say sometimes it's like a masquerade ball. You can't tell who is who, because everybody's putting on. And like I said, this applies in every aspect of your life, knowing who the people are around you, if they're really authentic. A lot of times people, like I said, look at people like they're so perfect and they make no bad choices or whatever, but really they putting on. Okay. In real life, a lot of people are even going into debt trying to keep up with the Joneses, trying to keep up with the entertainment industry. When real life, everyday people, you can't even relate to that. And even if you did, all of that stuff is not necessary. Okay, it's nothing wrong with having nice things. I'm not saying that. But when those things begin to make you, consume you to where you can't even walk around unless you got on Gucci or Prada or $700 hair or all the watches and the clothes, now you've become basically like a counterfeit, to where you can't even go out day to day unless you look like you $1 million. Okay, it's too far, and it sends out the wrong message even to this generation and our children. That's why it is so important to have these type conversations, because really a lot of folk already living in metaverse. I'm be honest. The video game virtual thing you want to say, because a lot of these things are fantasy that we see. Like I said, it's entertainment. It's to entertain. People are wanting to be something that they're not. They end up chopping and screwing their bodies up, doing all these different things to conform to what people feel like they should look, or what they're told the ideal look is, which is fantasy. It's not realistic, right? So even teaching our children the difference between what's real and what's fake, not only in people, but in what you see. Because like I said, you already have a lot of people that are mentally living in the fantasy world. All the lights, camera, action, trying to be in that lifestyle and that mindset, a lot of those people got issues. Like I said, end up having low self-esteem, they end up coming out saying all this stuff, but then they all over the place, they back doing this and doing that. And they having mental battles, all kind of stuff, just trying to keep afloat. They gotta keep selling themselves basically short to be accepted. And people are following it. So really, are you not already in a trance when you follow everything you see, because you think it's what is it so what is it, appeasing? I guess it's kind of like people pleasers. You want to fit in so bad, because you do have a generation that doesn't have identity, that are trying to find themselves. And that's a lot of times what happens with children, and even us. When you grow and you mature, you're trying to find yourself, trying to figure out what you want to do in life, this, that, and the third. So when all you have is what you see, people want to go get that, not knowing that it comes at a cost. It comes with stuff behind the scenes, behind and beyond the lights, camera, action, beyond what you see on the outward appearance, what it actually comes with. These folk be dealing with stuff. And just think about everyday people. Can you see beyond the luxury cars, beyond all those different things. Because so many times people see somebody pull up in a car or pull up to a certain house, and you just automatically assume, oh, they got this and they balling. And it could be. There's nothing wrong with that, because everybody's not flashy. But a lot of this stuff, what it is on social media, and it's flashy. It's everybody's trying to outdo the next person, hottest person, next top model. As far as even just the women, how they care to teach your children. A lot of this is fantasy, because a lot of people now are even just wanting their kids to be famous, want kids to be in the limelight, just to say they've become somebody. You see a lot of these even Disney kids, folks coming out that has dealt with a lot and battled a lot of things that came, certain statuses, woman, business, it sounds good. They talking your best foot forward, and you should. But at the same time, is it in a lot of people are putting on for the TV, putting on for the gram. It's being puppeted. Okay. So you even miss what's happening beyond all of this stuff right here, entertainment industry, what's even happening in the world. So while so many people are end up being so consumed in TV and people and idols and all this other stuff, you missing what's happening out there. So that means another thing where you want to compare, because you're so, so many are being so self-absorbed and trying to fit in and keep up with everybody else, you may miss out, or even be, like I said, become a casualty, end up in hurt and pain going down the same road somebody else's, when their path and their journey is not the same as yours. Moral of the summary is, everything that you see is not always what you get. Looking beyond the lights, beyond the glitz and the glamour, knowing what's behind. Because a lot of times the real life people, you end up in some potholes because you thought that they did the same way. And it's women coming up, in with these idealistic women out here that you see, and people come amiss and trying to run game and do all this other stuff. When the things that you do, it comes back. So then you have people that still may somewhat have a good heart, but because you try to do what everybody else was doing and run game, or even the killing and shooting and be a thug and all these other different things, or you think about it, a lot of them is costing them. Okay, costing them their mind, their sanity, children, family members. A lot of folk ain't even living past 25. They young and they not even lasting. Not even living long. Let me put it like that. Not even living long, or even whatever they're doing, it may not even last long because they got so caught up in the money. For the love of money is the root of all evil. Don't get so caught up in what you see and wanting things. Try to be like people and learn to stay in your lane. So in John 16 and 13, he will not speak on his own. He will speak only what he hears. And he will tell you what is yet to guide you in all the truth. He will not speak on his own. He will speak only what he hears. And he will tell you what is yet to come. So then guides us. Okay? As far as what's right, what's wrong. And like I said, time will tell ourselves, because if not, you end up getting entangled in business deals, relationships, getting entangled in business deals, relationships, friendship, just so many different things, even with your kids, anything all the way around. I told you, apply this to every aspect of your life. You end up caught in stuff, entangled, and you trying to figure out, how did I get here again? Be not entangled again. So know that who they are. Okay, have to discern the spirits behind people. Okay, and believe in your children. Some of this stuff is fantasy. It's not real. It doesn't apply to everyday. Some of this stuff is fantasy. It's not real. It doesn't apply to everyday people, because then you have everyday people that are trying to walk in a life of fantasy. And people are messy. And people are losing their lives. Young girls are going too far. Our men are going too far to look back in. Okay. All right. So be blessed as I said, look beyond the lights. Blessed as I said, look beyond the lights, beyond what you